This wisdom, like remember what the scripture says, the nations will see our law and they will be like, this is a wise and understanding nation. Okay, this is an ancient law. That goes all the way back to the time of Adam, when the Lord gave Adam the law. So it's basically letting you know that they were dealing with law and order. The knowledge of the tree of life was letting them know that if they kept these laws that God had gave them, that they would eventually never lose their life. It's the knowledge of the tree of life, that these laws will, keeping of these laws that God gave them from the very beginning, would lead to everlasting life. The knowledge of the tree of good and evil, it was knowledge that if you break these laws, then you would die. This is the most important book in your life, the Bible. Again, I pray you to read it with favor and pay attention. These laws that was given at the mountain was for when the nation of Israel had came into the land. Moses is reinstituting this. This was something that was already in effect with the people of God. Then when you go all the way back, when you go all the way up to the New Testament, this is something that they brought up. And the reason why I'm going back in the beginning, then I'm going all the way up, is I'm showing that this was a law that was kept even all the way up to the time of Christ. And you see evidence of it in scriptures. Our records is ancient. The nations will say, surely this is wise and understanding people. They're not going to come out and tell you that you're the wisest people on earth. But they're going to be looking at your records and going to be like, the way they did this and the way they did that and the way they did that makes sense. You know what? We need to set up some kind of system. We need to do this. We need to do that. Based upon how the Israelites was, dealing with their people. But you can actually see that these nations studied our records and they adopted a lot of our ways. Okay. Okay.
Shabbat Shalom, Holy Apostle and Chief High Priest Tazadaqyah, the God Sent Comforter.
Shabbat Shalom.
Recruiting sir. My question was in Deuteronomy chapter 25, verse 3.
All right, read Deuteronomy chapter 25, verse 3.
40 stripes he may give him, and not exceed, lest if he should exceed and beat him above these with many stripes, then thy brother should seem vile unto thee.
Okay.
So my question was, what does it mean when it says, then thy brother should seem vile unto thee?
It's in relation to the question that the other brother asked on what is, which is a good question. What is what can you do that is worthy of stripes? Okay, so basically, for you to get 40 stripes mean it's not a capital punishment. Okay, so what you did was bad, but it wasn't extremely bad. Okay, it wasn't to the point where you need to be killed. Okay, and that's why the Lord said 40 stripes, because once you start going past 40 stripes, then you're putting a person's life in danger that is being chastised. You understand that? You just don't keep wailing on him, beating him. So you don't want to treat him like he's an extremely wicked person. The Lord is saying he don't deserve that. What he deserves is the stripes. Okay, so then that would bring about the other brother's question. Okay, well, what do you do to deserve stripes? But he deserves stripes. And if you go beyond the 40, then you treating him like he's a extremely wicked person, like an Edomite or something, or a Canaanite, a Jebusite, damn Ammonite. Right? Y'all want to help me out? Who else deserves more than 40 stripes? Cushites and I said, Edomite, right, Edomite, right. Who else deserves more than? Ishmaelite. Yeah, they deserve they deserve unlimited stripes. The Ishmaelites. You don't want to be looking at them like they one of these Gentiles. Unless they did something. This Israelite did something that was worthy of capital punishment, worthy of death. Or sodomite. Y'all done forgot about that one. All right, you done forgot about that. So yeah, that's what you seem vile, meaning you don't look at him like he's that wicked. There's another scripture in the Bible where basically we ain't talking about stripes, but talking about when brothers or sisters got to be checked for some kind of wickedness, and the scriptures tell you to don't treat them like an enemy, but admonish him as a brother. So in other words, it's saying again, these Israelites that have to be corrected on something, don't correct them like they the enemies, like they the Gentiles. But you got to remember that the Israelites, they brothers, so you still got to have that mercy when they didn't do anything that calls for them to be cast out. Okay?
Watterson.
All right. Next question, please.
Yes, sir. Holy God, and Comforter. Got a mixed question downstairs.
Okay.
Okay, my question was in Deuteronomy 25, verse 5.
All right, read that, please.
If brethren dwell together, and one of them die, and have no child, the wife of the dead shall not marry without unto a stranger. Her husband's brother shall go in unto her, and take her to him to wife, and perform the duty of an husband's brother unto her.
Okay.
Okay, my question was, when was this law changed, and why is it not in effect anymore?
This law is in the Bible is also evidence that this was the first time that the Israelites or the people of God did not. This wasn't the first time that they received the law as a nation. Okay, this is an ancient law, which all the laws are ancient laws except the ones about the land. That goes all the way back to the time of Adam, when the Lord gave Adam the law. So it's basically letting you know that they were dealing with law and order, the knowledge of the tree of life was letting them know that if they kept these laws that God had gave them, that they would eventually never lose their life. Okay, that was the knowledge of the tree of life, that these laws will, the keeping of these laws that God gave them from the very beginning would lead to everlasting life. The knowledge of the tree of good and evil, it was knowledge that if you break these laws, then you would die. Okay, like the Lord told Adam in the beginning. If you eat of the tree, that's the first thing, being disobedient to God. To obey, the Lord said, is better than to sacrifice. So if you break a law, if you don't listen to God, then that will lead to death. Okay. When you go to Genesis chapter 38, go to Genesis chapter 38 real quick. You have evidence of laws all throughout the Bible before Moses reinstituted the law and gave it to the nation of Israel as a nation. It's in Genesis 9 and 6.